Around 9:30 this morning, this Town of Union garbage truck was picking up trash along its normal route. However, the morning would be anything but normal for the two workers and the driver of the truck. Jean Bushen noticed there was something wrong when she saw an ambulance in front of her home.
Well, I came to the window because I saw the lights, the ambulance lights on, and I saw the man on our lawn laying down. He wasn't moving, and the ambulance crew was here, and when they put him on the cot, then I saw he was moving. So I figured, he was okay, but I didn't know what happened.
Bushen was allowed to stay in her house. Others weren't so lucky.
They've taken some of the people that were home and gotten them out of their residences that was right next to the truck. Anybody downhill from them either told them to get back in their house or go uphill from where the truck is parked at this time. Because any type of gas like this is always heavier. It'll go downhill.
The two workers most seriously affected were transported immediately to the hospital. The driver, who complained mostly of a headache, was given oxygen at the scene and then also taken to the hospital. The next step was to secure the back end of the truck and take it to a remote location so it could be examined. Here at this Town of Union storage area, workers wearing oxygen masks and protective clothing sifted through the garbage piece by piece. It didn't take long to identify the culprit.
What we think is these two reacted.
Yeah, looks like paint thinner and sandy flush. And those are acidic, aren't they?
Well, yeah, it's a corrosive, but it's also an oxidizer. So if that mixes with a flammable, it's going to give off a poisonous gas.
In addition to these two items, a bottle of bleach was also found. It's believed at least two of these household items reacted together to cause the toxic fumes. Separately, they don't cause much of a problem. However, as the sanitation workers found out today, the combination can be hazardous. A lesson was learned today, but it was a lesson at others' expense. Officials say residents should be reminded that hazardous and toxic materials simply do not go in the trash. In the Town of Union, Darcy, Fauci, WICZ, NewsTeam 40.
Sanitation workers were treated and released. Officials say that as for the toxic garbage, they plan to find out who put the stuff in the garbage and educate them about what can and cannot be placed in the trash safely. For anyone else who has questions, please contact the County Solid Waste Department.
Action News, toxic fumes send 3 to the hospital. The danger broke out in Endwell this morning when garbage collectors were overcome by the odor. Debbi Rodman has our report.
2 household products caused this nasty reaction. 3 Town of Union trash haulers wound up in the hospital. The driver, Gary Brown of Owego, and 2 other workers, Ray Hoyt of Endwell and Ricky Hunkovic of Endicott, were on their morning pickup. The men collected garbage from 25 homes in the Endwell area. The crew got sick on Lowell Drive just after squashing the load.
They compacted some of the garbage that was in the back, and just a short whiles later, they were overcome by some gaseous type fumes.
Authorities say the 2 workers riding the back of the truck dropped to the ground. They were vomiting. Emergency crews say they looked ghastly.
The most severely exposed member of the crew was complaining of some rather severe difficulty in breathing.
No one was sure what the crew inhaled. Police took precautions, evacuating some homes. This resident was directed to stay away.
The sergeant of the police officer, he told me to come up here because the fumes might be coming down and you could get hurt from it.
Officials wanted the garbage out of the area. The hazardous materials unit sealed up the truck, and off it went to the Town of Union refuge yard. The hazmat team suited up to sift. They dug through the trash and eventually found the culprits: paint thinner and toilet bowl cleaner. Not illegal to dump, but put the 2 together, and it's a volatile mix.
It's a good idea to try to separate them and, if possible, hold these containers because nothing's considered empty. There's always a residue inside.
The 3 workers are okay, treated and released from the hospital. An example that what we throw away matters, not just to our neighborhoods, but to our neighbors. Debbi Rodman, Action News, Town of Union.